Well, everyone, the Daytona duels have just concluded. Joey Logano wins Duel 1, and Aric Almirola wins Duel 2. Let's get started with the Blue-Green Vacations Duel at Daytona review.
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR. And, in tonight's video, I am going to be talking about the Blue-Green Vacation duels that just concluded. So, yeah, and, boy, let me just say, this year's duel races was so much better than last year's. I mean, by far, way better than last year's races. I mean, last year's was, really, not as entertaining. Well, except for Duel 2, I like it a little bit better than Duel 1. But in Duel 1 after the pit stops, there were only like 4 cars in the final pack, and it was just like a single last lap. There was only 4 cars in each final group where the RFK cars swept. This year, they're both Fords back at it again. This time with 2 different teams. Joey Logano for Team Penske, he won Duel 1, and Aric Almirola won Duel 2. So yeah, let's start off with Duel 1. Alex Bowman on the pole. He actually did a very smart move. He went to the back of the field because he did not want to risk losing his qualifying position, his pole position, which that is very smart by him. And then Ryan Blaney led a good portion of the Duel 1. He really did. Really led a good portion of Duel 1. But then after green flag pit stops happened, Joey Logano was able to get back out front and was able to win Duel number 1. So yeah, it was in the final lap of Duel 1 was great, was really great. A lot of drivers making moves. Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell had a shot to win it, just didn't have any help on that outside lane. And that gave Joey Logano his third Duel win, I believe. I think his third win, because I remember him winning in 2019. I think he won in 2020, I believe. Yeah, I think he won in 2020. And then now 2023. So yeah, this is his third Daytona Duel win. So yeah. So yeah. And then we have Duel 2, which boy, we have a lot talked about in that one. So yeah, Duel 2, Kyle Larson was on the pole, and let me just say, Duel 2 was better than Duel 1. And let me just say there was a lot more cautions. I remember in Joey Logano's interview saying that there's not going to be any cautions in this duel and duel races. Well, think again, because there was 2 cautions, and one caution was for the window on Justin Haley's car flying out. That was a piece of debris, so that's why the caution came out for that one. And then the second caution happened later where Kyle Busch. I gotta talk about him real quick. I mentioned back in my Daytona 500 predictions video, Kyle Busch was my main pick to win the Daytona 500, and he showed it. He showed he got a very fast car for the race, but then got wrecked by Daniels, but not didn't get wrecked, but Suarez was pushing Kyle Busch a little bit too hard, got him to where Kyle Busch lost control of the cars, spun out, hit the wall, collected Travis Pastrana, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst, and a few others involved as well. So, and Austin Hill was not able to make the Daytona 500 after that crash. Riley Herbst was involved, but he's already locked in the 500. Travis Pastrana was locked in on speed in qualifying last night. And so, yeah, Connor Daly at the start of this race, at the start of Duel 2, his car was having problems. Like his car was literally bouncing bouncing on the track. Like he said he was driving like on a motocross track or something like that. So it's unbelievable. Connor Daly. I thought Connor Daly with all the problems he and his team had, I thought they were going to be out. But nope, they're in. And I forgot to mention in Duel 1, Zane Smith, I figured he was going to be in the Daytona 500. I knew it. He was in. And Chandler Smith, he had a pit road penalty, along with Ty Gibbs in Duel 1. So that's what caused Chandler Smith. He didn't have a great car that much, and he said he was fine if he didn't win into the Daytona 500. And Chandler Smith, he was a believer. So yeah, and now I'm going to talk about Duel 2 in the final lap. The final lap of Duel 2, however, the final laps was amazing and fun to watch. Todd Gilliland, I legit thought at the with the minute he's gonna win because he was up there. He, if Todd Gilliland wins this Daytona 500, oh my gosh! And speaking of Todd Gilliland, he has announced that will be racing for Rick Ware Racing throughout the 5 races. He won't be with Front Row. So, and can you believe that save? Kyle Larson was pushing 30 a little bit, was pushing the 38 and then got around, and the 38 got loose and saved it. Boy, that could have been bad. And speaking of which, Brad Keselowski, he was pushing everyone so much, it almost caused a wreck. So yeah, but in the end, Aric Almirola will win Duel 2. Second duel he's won in like 2 years, one in 2021 and another one in 2023. So good for Almirola. Good for him. So yeah, so the duels tonight, they were really fun and entertaining to watch, and cannot wait for Sunday, guys. I legit cannot wait for Sunday's race. It's gonna be a fun one. The Daytona 500, the 2023 Daytona 500. I cannot wait for it. I legit so cannot wait to start the season, start the Daytona 500. And I heard they drivers did get points today, so that's what I've been heard. But yeah, so yeah, and I'm gonna mention these drivers. I mentioned in my community post that these drivers all have signed contracts. Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain, the Trackhouse drivers, have signed contracts, and Alex Bowman has signed a contract. So all with multi-year extensions. So good for all of them. Good for all of them. So yeah, the dual races were very fun to watch, and the photo finish between Logano and Christopher Bell. Then once Bell got up inside Logano and there was no help with Bell, I figured Logano was going to win regardless because Bell could have side drafted him, but with the help Logano had, like with Blaney and other Fords, Logano was able to hold on to him and win. So yeah, that's how Logano was able to win Duel 1. But the final lap of Duel 1 was fun to watch. Same with the final lap of Duel 2, especially the final 15 laps of the race. And well, yeah, it was pretty fun to watch. And the drivers who were able to make it in are Zane Smith and Connor Daly. It's Connor Daly by pure luck. And you gotta have luck in these races, and yeah. So I'm happy for Connor Daly. He's gonna get this opportunity. I'm really excited for him. So yeah, and this is great. This is great for him, and I really can't wait. I'm excited. Cannot wait to him to start the Daytona 500. I'm happy for Connor Daly, and so is Shane Smith as well. He'll also get some experience as well. And yeah, the duels were really great to watch and this year. And yeah, and on Duel 1, I thought Logano was gonna do another bad block like he done last year with Chris Buescher. But yeah, so yeah, and then Duel 2, there was not any green flag pit stops, not at all. So yeah, but in conclusion, the duels were very fun to watch, and yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the results of each duel. So here is how Duel 1 finished. Joey Logano finished first, Christopher Bell second in photo finish, Ryan Blaney third, Chris Buescher fourth, Michael McDowell fifth, Kevin Harvick sixth. Bubba Wallace was up there in the top five for the majority of this race, but he finished seventh. Zane Smith with an eighth place finish. It will be in the Daytona 500. Harrison Bird ninth. William Byron rounds up the top 10. Ross Chastain will finish 11th. Erik Jones 12th. Austin Dillon 13th. Jimmy Johnson had a good race today in his return to NASCAR. In the dual races, finishes 14th. AJ Allmendinger was back there. He finishes 15th. Stenhouse Jr. 16th. Alex Bowman, the pollster, he went to the back, finishes 17th. To get away from to have a strategy for him to not be involved in any accidents. If there is that is to take care of his car. Chandler Smith will not be in the Daytona 500. He will finish 18th, however.
19th is Jai Gibbs, Cody Ware, and 20th and 21st is Ty Dillon. Here's the results for Duel 2. Alright, so Aric Almirola wins Duel number 2. Austin Cindric second, the reigning Daytona 500 champion. Chase Elliott third. At one point, he had a little bit of an issue, but was able to get back up to third. Brad K fourth, one of the aggressive pushers. Corey LaJoy surprised me. He finished as fifth. Kyle Larson finished sixth today. Sixth tonight. Man, what a great save. Same by Todd Gillen, man. All those drivers back there, that could have been a big bad crash, but they were all able to save it. Martin Truex Jr. 8th. My favorite driver, Denny Hamlin. He tried to find some ways to get up towards the front, but wasn't able to do it. But great strategy by Denny Hamlin to have a great race. Finishes ninth. Round of the top 10 is Ryan Preece. And 11th, Noah Gragson. 12th, Daniel Suarez. 13th, Tyler Reddick. He was back there as well. Lost the draft at the end. 14th, Justin Haley. 13th, Chase Briscoe. One point he had some problems as well. With he tried to get was on the back as well. BJ McLeod had an issue. Connor Daly, 17th. Austin Hill got caught in an accident. Same with Kyle Busch. All those drivers, Riley Hibbs and Travis Pastrana, they were all caught up in wrecks and had to go to backup cars. So yeah, those are the official finishing results for the Daytona duels.
So yeah, those are results for each duel race. So duel 1 will set the starting lineup for the inside, and duel 2 will set the starting lineup for the outside lane. So yeah, I'll probably set the full starting grid for the Daytona 500 in the in my community post. So yeah, make sure you look out for that. I may do it, I may not. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, what do you guys think of the duel races? Let me know in the comments. And anyways, I'm gonna give the duel races real quick. I'm gonna give them a 7 out of 10 for the duel races. Average them out. They were great to watch. Duel 1 was like a 5, and Duel 2 was way better, like an 8 or 9, somewhere up there. But I'm gonna average it up 7 out of 10 for the duel races. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I cannot wait. I'm excited for the truck race tomorrow. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.